So it's been a little while since we've done a mystery power box opening, and that's for two reasons. The first reason is that the mystery power box that had the gold series packs in there, where I really wanted to open that one, I couldn't find it. I went to so many different Walmarts and Targets, and no one had them. It blew my mind. People kept posting them on Twitter, and I saw a bunch of YouTube videos including them, and I actually felt like that was like one of the only mystery power boxes that actually had decent value. And yeah, unfortunately I couldn't ever find a copy, so we couldn't open it for the channel. But the other reason, and I got a ton of comments about this, and also I noticed it myself, is that mystery box, like those two words are sort of synonymous with a lot of like crazy videos that some big channels are making. Usually they're kind of weird. They're more aimed towards like a very young audience. And even if I put Yu-Gi-Oh in the title, if mystery and box are both in that title, the recommended feed is just totally messed up. I don't know how I'm going to find a workaround for that, because I think it's important to note this is a mystery power box opening, but I might try to avoid putting that in the title just to sort of fix the recommended feed, because a lot of people said they got a lot of weird recommendations to sort of like kid-oriented videos, so I'm trying to avoid that. So that was like the two reasons I haven't done one of these in a while. I was at the store though, and I saw this, and oh man, mystery power box. I don't even know what number we're on. We're on number like 14 or 15 probably. I don't even think I think I've missed like several of them as well. It's been a while since we opened one of these, and this one's pretty basic. So it has one rare Metal Raiders graded card, one legacy pack, and 4 booster packs. I mean, what's there to say about mystery power boxes? These things are, I think everyone knows they're a scam at this point. I did want to go through though just real quick what the graded cards are, because you can see on the back and the front it shows like really important cards, like really good cards. So I've opened 4 of these that have graded cards in them, and you can kind of see why this is like a joke. So first off, we have what is it? Final Flame Fusionist, which is actually a pretty good card, but obviously not worth anything. The Winged Dragon of Ra, not like an expensive version, just the Legendary Collection version, you know, it's like worth $1. And then Guardian Eatos, so once again, not a very expensive card. And the thing with these that I have to mention every single video, because there's always someone that says, well, they're graded cards, like isn't that exciting? Like it's a graded 10, that could be worth hundreds. So the BCCG grading company is like, it's a portion of Beckett, right? It's a very small portion. I don't know a ton about grading cards, but I do know that this is like the worst way to grade a card. It's like the least valuable way. They're not worth like very much more than like the card itself is, and these cards aren't very valuable to begin with. It's just a company where you can, or a program where you can send in a ton of like just bulk cards that you can want graded for a cheap price. They don't look into it that much. They're not they're honestly not put together that well. It's kind of shoddy. But anyway, just in general, this isn't like an expensive grading. I get a lot of people that don't realize that there is a difference between something like PSA and whatever this is, but there is, so it definitely matters. And those cards, even if we get like an expensive card, which you don't, like the 6 cards that they show on the front and back of this are just like stuff you're never gonna get. We're probably just gonna get like garbage commons. I guess they're not commons, they have to at least be a rare card. But obviously rare cards aren't always worth stuff, because they're not talking about holographic cards, they're just talking about rare cards. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to open this, and I think I'll probably mention it in the video that's going up right before this. But I am currently on vacation, so I was looking for some packs to open, and I was kind of sick of Battles Legend because we opened so many of those, and I kind of already have everything I need from them after ordering cards online, so I don't really feel like I wanted to open more Battles of Legend, so I just figured we'd do some of these whatever mystery power box they had at the store. So here's the packs. We actually got a good variety. I feel like one of the last ones we opened had like 4 of like the same pack in here. So we have Raging Tempest, Extreme Force, Code of the Duelist, and Breakers of Shadow for the 4 like I don't know, some of these packs are kind of old, right? But I mean, they're not like super old, just a couple of years old. These are all modern packs, and the legacy pack is Pharaoh's Servant. I always have to mention this, these are not the original like legacy packs. This isn't like 10 years old, 15 years old. This is the version from a Legendary Collection, whatever, like the first one, right? Legendary Collection 1. So we have these, and we have for the graded card, oh man, okay. Okay, maybe I was a little too harsh. Just by sheer luck, we got a pretty cool one. Mint condition, I suppose, unlimited Sangan rare card. This was what? The first printing of this card, right? Rare, I think. But obviously still, like I said, everything that I say stands here, where it's like these aren't worth anything. Just because it's graded, just because it looks fancy, doesn't mean it's actually worth anything. So even though this is actually probably possibly one of the most competitive cards we could have actually conceivably got, just because they're probably not not going to include a lot of holographic cards. Of the rare cards in Metal Raiders, like currently, this is probably one of the better ones to pull. Even with that, it's not like that valuable, so just keep that in mind. That's kind of cool, at least. I guess I can just leave that on the screen over there. Then we have, I guess we'll just open these in the order that they came out. So that is this, I believe. Or wait a second. No, right. It's this. Okay, perfect. So we do Breakers of Shadow. We'll do the Legacy pack last, because everyone loves those Legacy packs. So first off, we have Deskbot008. Wow, how crazy. Perform Pal Trump Girl. High Speed Re-Level. Okay. Shiranui Spirit Master is actually a pretty cool card. Doesn't see as much play anymore. Combined really well with Fairy Tale Snow, though. Not only would you get to Book of Moon a card and Summon the Snow, you also get to destroy a card as well. And then we have Magispector Toad Ogama. Oh man, I like this card a lot. I really wanted to play Magispectors when this card came out. I thought he was pretty cool, just because he could, he's like another copy of the Fox one, which is pretty nice as well, just setting those spells and traps that actually had pretty good effects. Never got around to actually playing that deck, though. We have Shiranui Smith. Draco Face-Off. Now, there is a competitive card. Well, not in 2019, but a card that was very, very competitive for a long time. I guess 2 formats, whatever. Man, yeah, that card's insane. It's still at 1 right now. And we have Super Heavy Samurai Magnet. Bad Luck Blast. Oh man, what a card. It's got some cool cards there. You know what, I'll even though this card isn't worth anything, even though it's not played right now, I will pull aside the Draco Face-Off just because it actually is a competitive card. And the chances of pulling a competitive card out of an old set is pretty low. Because obviously, a lot of these cards weren't good when the set even came out, but especially when we look at like 2019 standards. So we have Shinobird Power Spot. When the Shinobirds came out, I was very excited. I love spirits, and I wanted to play this card. I think I even played like 1 or 2 copies my first build, but it's obviously not very good, or at least, maybe not obviously. It seems pretty decent on paper, but... We have Simp Amplifier, okay, Cypher Spectrum, Ancient Gear Howitzer, and then we have Windwitch Crystal Bell, and oh my gosh. Oh man, what a world. We have Zodiac Trident. Oh, this would have been such a good Raging Tempest pack back in the day. This thing, what like $50 a copy for Zodiac Trident? I mean, it's not a, well, it is a first edition. Holy crap. That would have been insane. Oh my gosh, what a world. Yeah, there are so many good Zodiac cards in this set. Secret rares, specifically, you have Trident, Broadbolt, and Barrage, all expensive secret rares that were mandatory 3-ofs in the Zodiac deck. And Trident is kind of what they're known for. Without Trident, the deck isn't very good. I mean, you have a situation in the OCG, we never got to experience it here, but in the OCG they had a format where Trident was banned, but they still had Broadbolt, and the deck was still like pretty competent, but Trident's really like the main thing that you end on. I mean, you can do a lot with the other Zodiac monsters, but Trident is one that you want to end on to actually have forms of disruption. And I think someone actually at, what even, it was YCS, I don't know, it was some YCS, I think it was 2 YCSs ago, where someone was playing Zoo and just like wrecking people. It was actually kind of funny. Then we have Code of the Duelist. So we're into Link summoning now. Pretty exciting. This pack feels kind of thick. Okay, we got Galaxy Worm. Oh man, this card saw a lot of play in the OCG. Not seeing a lot of play here though. Maybe it's something, I mean, honestly, like, it sounds stupid, but this could be a card that theoretically Salamangreats could test out. Now they only have 1 Gazelle and 1 Circle, just because this card is, you use it to summon another copy of itself and make a quick rank 3. We have FA Circuit Grand Prix, pretty cool card. Backup Secretary. Jane Twilight Sworn General, it's a common. World Legacy, World Chalice. I love all those great World Chalice names. And we have Goki the Great Ogre. Gosh, this is like one of so many Goki Link monsters that never saw any competitive play. How funny is it that the there's so many like really, really bad Goki Link monsters that just aren't played competitively, and yet the Goki main deck monsters were some of the best monsters for like a couple formats. Then we have FA Hang On Mock. Oh man, I really miss FAs. They just got the Link monster. They're getting the Link monster at the with the next set, Rising Rampage, that's being imported from the OCG. Doesn't make them good enough, guys. I mean, it's cool. I like FAs a lot, and I did play them at like 2 regionals, which is crazy to think about that I actually took that deck to a regionals. But without Ancient Fairy Dragon, the deck's just like unplayable. That's just what it comes down to. There are other hits that matter a lot, but like the Galaxy Tomahawk hit makes like my build really bad, but just in general, the Ancient Fairy Dragon banning really made that deck completely not playable. I'm sure the 2 FA players still remain and will be like, it's completely playable, it's broken. I beat people on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro all the time. We have Bit Trooper, Call of the Archfiend, Link Hole, Vendread Charge, and we have, oh my gosh, well, we're actually pulling some competitive cards this time around, which are, like I said, chances are pretty low of that, but we have Overtex, and I don't know how to pronounce that, but so we have Overtex is what I usually call it, and it's a very good card in Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are a deck that I did not include on my top 10 rogue decks for next format, but they very well could be. I think the only reason I didn't include them is because like the last 4 times I've done that video, oh nice scramble, like the last 4 times I've done that video, I've always put like Dinosaurs on there, and people are just like, oh, I know Dinosaurs are going to be on this list. I felt like for once I would not put them on there. Then we had Scramble Egg, which it's kind of a funny card. This is like the poster boy for bad imports, because it's like, do we really need this card instead of other imports that were more important? Because at that point we didn't have a lot of the cards from the Vrains pack. And then the last pack we have here is Pharaoh's Servant. Okay, so we have Inspection. What even is this card? During your opponent's standby phase, you can randomly select 1 card in your opponent's hand and look at it at the cost of 500 life points. Wow, what a great card. Wing Weaver. Okay, that was sort of a classic card. Solomon's Law Book. Okay, you can skip your standby phase. Deep Sea Warrior. Gosh, so many old cards are terrible. But we have Morphin Dread Armor 2. Nice. That's actually a pretty cool card. Currently banned right now. We have Flame Champion. You ever want to tribute summon a 1900 attack monster? Well, now you can. Attack and Receive. This card is a card I used to use in Duel Links a lot when I first got the game. You would always have those challenges that would be like inflict 4,000 damage to your opponent, and this is like one of the only cards, like through effect damage, it's like one of the earliest cards you could get that would do that. Harpy's Brother, pretty cool. This is obviously the old text of this, because it's called like what, Flying Scout Squad or something like that. And we have Time Seal. Look at all the banned cards we pulled in this pack. We have 2 banned cards in 1 pack. Time Seal, man. I've argued before this card can probably come back. It is so slow. Even in like a trap deck like Altergeist, I don't know if I'd play this. Just like you go first, you set this card, you flip it, it literally does nothing because your opponent it doesn't skip their draw phase when you set this card because that's already happened. You just, oh my gosh, it's like a card that doesn't work for 3 turns if you draw it turn 1. Absolutely just terrible. But that opening was pretty crazy actually. We got a bunch of competitive cards, which usually doesn't happen in these mystery power box openings. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I have some more videos planned while I'm on vacation. I will try to stop back. I'm home for 1 day, like in the middle of the vacation, and I'll try to pick up the Rising Rampage set when I stop back, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.